That's not the end. Oh, I thought that was the end. What happened to my water? Does this song ever end? I think this song goes on forever. Sorry. That's the end, right? This is the end? Does it go on forever? All right, whatever. That's the end of that song. That's the end of that song. How you doing, everybody? What's up? It's Friday. It's April Fool's Day, all right? It's April Fool's Day, and I'm, for some reason, I don't know. I've got this set up all weird. Why is this weird? Something has changed. Something has decidedly changed with the camera angle. I gotta scoot around. I gotta scoot my rolly chair. I scoot my rolly chair around. You guys can't tell, but there's a lot of stuff missing from my office. You guys can't tell because you can only see this corner. All you guys can see is this corner behind me. But yeah, there's some things missing. Some things are happening. Things are moving. Things are in boxes. Stuff is ongoing, and the move is becoming more and more reality. It's becoming more and more reality. As you can see on the chat here, become a member if you want to. If not, you don't have to. Cool. I've promoted for today. There we go. Aqua Blue Bear says, how did the clear out go? Man, I've cleared out my shop, cleared out the office of a lot of stuff. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. The fish room has been cleared out with a bunch of stuff, but all the tanks are still in there. I sort of, to be honest with you guys, we ran out of time. And then I just said, like, look, don't take pictures of the fish room, and then you can just post your listing. How about that? You know? And they were like, okay, we'll do that. So they ended up doing that. A bunch of the stuff is cleared out of the fish room. The tanks are going to get broke down at a later date because there's only 24 hours in the day, and I can only do so much stuff in one day. Regardless of what I think could be done in a day, there's just a reality of how much could actually get done. So the fish tanks are still set up. Luckily, I haven't had to rehome any fish yet, although the plan is to rehome those. The pathways are already figured out. I guess you could buy some of them if you go to Redfish, Bluefish, is my understanding. Why are these buttons over here wiggling around? Sorry, guys. I got wiggly button situation here on this keyboard that's slowly dying. Luckily, the fish room is still intact for now. I've got all the most of the stuff boxed up and moved out of there. All of my new project tanks are all broken down and cleared out, so those are good. And whatnot. So, Furry Pal Grover says, you're ahead of me, man. I've got 3 weeks left for my move, and I maybe cleaned out a dozen boxes. Yeah, our move is in 3 weeks. So, 3 weeks from tomorrow, we'll be evacuating the giant containers, and all of that will be moved to the new location, and then we have to unload the containers in, I think, like a 20-hour period or something like that. It's something crazy like that. Like, I think they're going to move them up on Thursday. No. We're going to move them up on Saturday, and they have to get completely unloaded by, like, Sunday evening or something like that. I don't know. It's a very short window to get everything offloaded from the containers. After your experience trying to buy, do you think they even need pictures to sell? Yeah, everything. So I know that there's some misconceptions out there that everything will just magically happen, um, just just because of the way that the market is, right? And I get that. Like, I get that in my heart of like, dang, bro, like, some weird BlackRock company is just gonna wander in with a bunch of cash and give it to you. Um, but everything you should still just do it the same way that you normally would. Um, staging and all of that kind of stuff. The reality is that like the things that you would do to market something is still going to apply to the people that are essentially like having the ability to come in and make a purchase or whatever, right? Does that make sense? So like the wealthy and then the middle class, they're all still going to respond to the exact same marketing strategy. Um, I the thing is like I guess poor people don't respond to advertising, but I'm pretty sure that they respond to advertising also. I just think the unfortunate situation right now is that um, the haves have access and the have-nots don't, which is unfortunate. So, people that are in a tougher financial situation are probably just not even looking. You know what I mean? So that's like the big issue. That's the big issue that's going on right now. I mean, as far as like the housing situation goes, it's like, where are all these poor people coming from that are living on the streets? It's like, well, they don't have anywhere to move to. They can't afford to move anywhere. So, I know that some people got like maybe a misconception on what I was saying about LRB marketing his house sale with just all the aquariums in there and stuff. I From a pragmatic financial position, I was saying you're really restricting the market for the property that you're trying to sell by having it be so specifically set up. I'm glad that it worked out and they found a deal, which is great. That's totally awesome. But I wouldn't necessarily go into any situation sort of artificially hamstringing yourself just right out the gate, though. That was my take on it. Was just do the work to have something set up by traditional standards, ready to go, and you'll probably get a better outcome. It's like when you hear about the person that is able to just suddenly run a marathon, right? It's like, is it humanly possible for a person to just go and run a marathon? Yes. Technically, with the appropriate motivation, human beings can do like these crazy physical things, right? We've sort of evolved that way that you're able to do like these crazy wild feats of physicality, like if the old adage of a kid stuck under a car and then the mom lifts the car up off the kid, right? Same kind of deal. It's like adrenaline and all that stuff can get you to do these amazing feats, but you're probably not going to recover very well from having done it. So the idea would be, if you're going to run a marathon, you would want to work out and get into good shape so that you're ready to go run a marathon, so that the outcome would be more beneficial for the people involved, right? That's the basic sort of analogy that's sort of similar situationally. It's like, you don't necessarily have to train for a marathon, but the outcome is probably going to be a lot better if you do. So same kind of deal here with marketing our house. Our house here is that, clear out all the stuff that's very specific to us, so that the people, the potential investors or whatever, or whoever it is that decide to come here, that it's more open for them, and you create a better environment for that financial exchange that you're trying to achieve, right? So it's all just a matter of like preparation for outcomes, you know, and that's what you would want to do. It's like if you're going to take a test, you could pass the test without studying, but it's kind of better to know the material before you get the test, right? You know, or at least know what subject it is that the test is going to be on. So I keep having to clear my throat all the time. I figured out what it is. Like, the pollen and everything here is just going insane. Captain Insano for the last 2 weeks. And it's been wild, guys, with just how much pollen and crap is in the air, and it's making everybody have headaches and stuff. So, you know, the mystery throat clearing thing, people were wondering if I was going to just keel over and die at some point, but turns out it's actually just seasonal. The trees are spreading their seed all over the place, you know what I mean? So we're dealing with that right now. It's a lot of fun. But it's good to see the springtime coming because, boy howdy, things just start growing around these parts. I don't know about what's going on in your neck of the woods, but suddenly the sun starts coming out more, and everything was already wet from the moisture falling from the sky and whatnot. And yeah, everything starts growing like crazy. Big D says, "Yeah, the pollen is driving my son crazy." Yeah, it's like little eye watering, little headache. You know, it's weird. But Big D Smoke with a $20 super chat. Happy Friday, peoples. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. On April Fools, is it real? Is it real? Could you be fooling us? Who knows? It could just be a $20 super chat prank. You never know, right? Furry Pal says, "I'm curious if you had any people have any negative reactions to your fish room during showings." It's not like a negative reaction, but the reality is, it's like it becomes the fish tank place. That place with the fish tanks, right? And you would rather it be, oh, that place with the really nice kitchen. Oh, that place with the bedrooms that were really cool. Oh, that place that the yard was really nice. Oh, that place that had a garage and parking and blah, blah, blah. You know, you don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, you end up with like a real misconception and just a moniker for the only thing that people remember from a property, right? You know? Like, and that's not what you want. That's not the impression that you want to leave on people, is like, oh yeah, that's the fish tank place. Because non-fish tank people do not care. They actually, as a matter of fact, they see it as a negative. They see it as a chore. Like, oh, I'm going to have to deal with all of this crap. Okay, great. Like, for instance, there was a property that we looked at that was like some kind of dog breeder or something. I mean, I suppose it could be a cat breeder. I don't think it was a cat breeder. I think it was a dog breeder, because there was like dog kennels outside. You know, the yard was all torn up from lots of dogs running around in it. And that place sold, right? Like that house did eventually sell. But every time we talked about it, it was like, oh yeah, that dog house, right? Oh, that place with all the dog, you know. And from a reality standpoint, you're like, well, there's a bunch of stuff you probably got to clean up. You probably got to like pressure wash these old kennels and whatnot. Like, is it usable? Is it still? Yeah. But there was that. There was a place I went to that was just a real dump. And it had goats, and we called it the goat place. Which was just like, that place sucks. And there was goats outside, and they really weren't taking care of their animals all that well, you know. And it's sort of like, we'll move on, right? So, you know, that's just kind of the reality of you know, playing into the market. Like, if you're going to sell your car, you would wash it before you sell it, right? It's like a really simple thing that you could do to sort of increase the curb appeal of like, if you're selling your car, right? It's Nature Man says, where am I moving to? Washington State, north of where I am right now. I'm in Tacoma. I'll be up by Everett, I guess, would be a landmark that will be up there, you know, in the north. More north. It'll be easier to drive. I'll put it this way. It'll be easier to drive to Mount Baker than it is to drive to Mount Rainier. Does that make sense? Wait. Hold on. Let me see if I'm getting that right. Mount Baker. I always get this kind of screwed up in my head sometimes. Yeah, Mount Baker. Yeah, okay. Whew. Man. Didn't want to completely get that wrong. I get my mountains mixed up sometimes. Sometimes I mix up Mount Baker with well, I get so mixed up on it, I can't even remember now. What is it? So, yeah, Mount Baker's up there. What's the other mountain right down here? But, of course, this map doesn't work. Map. Here we go. What do I get Mount Baker mixed up with? Yeah, because Mount Baker's right here, but Mount Baker's way over there. Yeah. Okay. Baker Snoqualmie. Yeah, because this whole big area here... Hold on, let me show you something. Add source. Do we even know how to add source anymore? Audio device? Game? Nope. I guess we'll do the smart selection thing. We've done this before. So, yeah, here's the deal. Like, if you look at this map, right here. Hold on. Make it big. There. If you look at this map, like, Mount Baker is up here, right? Mount Baker is up there. But this whole big area is Mount Baker, Mount Baker, Mount Baker, Mount Baker. But this is the actual mountain right here. So it's like Mount Baker Lodging is over here, but Mount Baker's right here. But then Mount Baker Summit is over here. Mount Baker Snoqualmie is over here. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That's so pretty. That's where I live. I freaking love it, dude. We spent a couple hours at the bank today dealing with some bank nonsense that we had to do. We have to set up some other accounts and blah, blah, blah. Business stuff. Don't worry about it. It's business stuff, guys. You got to think about those business stuffs. You know how it goes, right? The banker guy had recently moved up from L.A., and we were talking about the big differences from California to Washington, and just how much nicer it is up here versus down there. And yeah, he was loving it. He's loving it up here. And, you know, I don't blame him. I love it up here too. I've traveled to a lot of places. I've never really thought, wow, boy howdy, I got to move here. And I guess maybe like the Mount Shasta area in California. I thought about moving there once, but you know, then you look at the prices and you start to realize, like, oh, this house was $8 million. Okay, I can't do that. So then you just shut it down in your brain. You know what I mean? So, yeah. If you haven't spun over to the Patreon, you probably should, and do that, because today's the 1st. So today's the day when people start getting charged for their patronage. And it gets all crazy, and the number goes down, and the number goes up, and the number goes down, and the number goes up. So it's impossible to really post what's going on the Patreon on a day like today, because it says now we have 140. So let's update the number there. But it's probably going to change again. It'll change dramatically throughout the day. What is the deal here? Oh my God, number lock is not engaged. Oh, wow, I was wondering what was going on here. I was having real problems just for a second there, but they're over now. The problems are over now. So we're back to doing what we're doing. I forget what we were supposed to talk about today, because I didn't really have any pre-show prep or topics that I wanted to really talk about today. Sort of the day-to-day nonsense going on around here with all the big move and breaking stuff down, which, you know, I'll be honest with you, like, breaking stuff down is pretty it's kind of depressing in a really weird way, that you're like, I'm excited to move to the new place. I'm really second guessing the place that we got in my head. I don't know why. I know that it's fine and it's going to be fine, but I'm really second guessing it. I don't know why. And then going like, whoa, should we move? Should we just stay here? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of weird emotions around, buying a place, moving, doing all this stuff. It's very weird. It's hard to describe. Like, yeah, I should probably write something down about it because this is very odd. Um, Try to see if I could get to the bottom of it or whatnot, but it's definitely like a change situation that may or may not be like really easy to walk into. But I don't know. Like, we've only lived here for like 5 years, but I'm like, I really like this place. I don't know if I want to go anywhere, But then I realized that it's like 2.5 hours or something to drive to work often. So that's a kind of a reminder. That's kind of a reminder of like, oh, I guess Olivia going to a new preschool or whatever is not that big of a deal, right? What do we got here? Linseed oil emerges as viable fish oil substitute for Arctic char. That's weird. Dearth of data could leave blue. New autonomous device set to give Shetland aquaculture a boost. Wow, this is pretty cool. I haven't read anything about this yet, but there's an autonomous device set to give Shetland aquaculture a boost. Shellfish and finfish businesses in Shetland are set to benefit from a game-changing new technology that is designed to inform optimal and sustainable growth in the aquaculture sector. The IFCB can scan water samples for phytoplankton using flow cytometry. Is that right? Cytometry, lasers, and cameras. That is crazy. This is really cool. Hold on, let me get my screen capture. Look at this. Look at this action we got going here. Yep. Look at this thing. Greg Arthur says, we're excited to see the instrument's capabilities. The IFCB gives us a much higher resolution picture of phytoplankton abundance at any given time and is a specialist tool for monitoring numbers and species as these change throughout the seasons. That's pretty wild, dude. So this thing, you can drop it in and get water test results in regards to phytoplankton and whatnot. Yeah. Wow, it can actually check what kind of phytoplankton species, because some of them produce toxins. The device works in the lab, but importantly, it is also submersible and can work unattended. Wow, that's actually really cool. This is one of those things where, especially when I've had discussions with people that they're like, that I go, hey, there is some value to when people talk about sort of how overworked Americans are these days. That's one of the things I've been working on quite a bit is the, trying to figure out like work strategies that could actively work for the future in regards to the idea that everybody's just supposed to work like, 60 hours a week or whatever, and you got to be in a grind set and you got to do all this kind of crazy nonsense. I've definitely been trying to figure that out, but like that was a perfect example of you don't need to send somebody out into the water to go test because now they've automated a test device that can go under the water to make sure that the clams and mussels are farming is doing well, right? That's huge. That would be huge for stepping back the workload on the person that's got to go out there and pull a water sample when there probably isn't a lot of advantage to sending somebody out there other than it just being kind of wasteful. So that's actually kind of revolutionarily cool. I'd like to see more stuff like this of because it seems like this equipment is operating by pulling in water and then using a laser laser scanning, to be able to do that, as opposed to like, a probe that's going to actively like get dirty and whatnot and get algae growing all over it and crap like that, and then got to be maintained all the time. That is pretty cool. That is very cool, guys. I don't know about you, but I think that's really cool. I'm having the same thoughts too. We just built our place 4 years ago, so moving to an older home for more yard space is messing with my mind. Yeah, that's kind of one of those weird things, is that like the house that we're moving to is probably, I think it's equitable in square footage. So the square footage is about the same. The layout is quite different because it's a rambler, right? And I'm just thinking, like, everybody all on the same floor all the time. I don't know. But the shop is much larger. The land is much larger. It's going to give us a lot more access to do a bunch of things. And plus getting the move done is pretty important, because once we're moved up into that area, we can continue to start working on like our next plan, right? Our next plan might be to build another shop on the property, right? That might be the next thing, is like, we need to build another shop. Let's build another one, and we can build a big shop. Because we actually have the land to do it, and the variants and all that kind of crap. So that might be the next thing that we do. It might be buy another piece of property up there. But once you're already up there, that's going to be the big difference, because it's 100 miles from where we are, where we're at. I'm rounding up, but it's basically 100 miles from where we're at now. And the sort of the situation of like just driving up there to go look at something becomes this whole day adventure, right? Like, as the many times that we've driven up north and looked at a property and we're like, yeah, we're just going to drive back down. Don't worry, it's going to be all normal. Like, we just drive up there, we'll just drive back. We'll be back before 1 o'clock or whatever. Like, we'd get home at 6 p.m. We got Olivia with us, and it's the whole entire day, right? So, yeah, just getting the move, getting it done, making it happen, and then, start to plan on what the next indicated step is for us or whatever. Like I said, my thought process is building a bigger shop. The way that the shop's laid out right now, it's pretty big. It's not huge, but it's just kind of a multiple bay shop. It's not like anything that's out of control. In my head, I'm going like, we could extend the concrete pad and erect another shop off the end of it, because there's a sort of like covered breezeway in the middle. So that's kind of where my thoughts are right now as far as like what our next thing is. Other than the chicken coop and some fencing and stuff like that, it's just going to be a bunch of projects that come up. I know it. So we're going to probably work on a lot of that stuff. We'll likely, we'll consider making some videos about it. Making sure like the internet service is correct is so far been a little bit of a minefield. It's going to be a little bit of a minefield. That's really going to be the thing, is internet, because the current internet provider up there is claiming that they have a data cap on how much data you can use, right? Which could be a gigantic problem, because like all of the TV we watch is off of the internet. So we watch Netflix and Disney Plus, and that's pretty much it. So when there's nothing on there, we just turn the TV off. But we all, we have cell phone devices. I have to broadcast. I have to download and upload and blah, blah, blah. So does Vicki. And so far, like, the only plan that I've been able to figure out, like, that could actually connect to the property and have some kind of have like some kind of actual speed, is saying that there's a data cap of like 1 terabyte a month. Now, I have no idea how much we use now. So that's going to be a problem, I think, realistically. It's like right now I'm uploading, like my stream is at 20,000 kilobytes per second. So can't even think of like how much info that is. 20 kilobytes per second, 60 seconds. So 1.2 meg. So I think each live stream could probably be like 2 gigs or something like that, you know? So I'm not 100% like how much we use now because I have unlimited fiber optic. So, and it seems like there's no fiber optic up in the area up there. So I'm going to have to see if hopefully there's some more internet providers up there to whether or not it's going to be viable to do live streams or whatever. I don't know. But I'm working that out. Plus the daycare thing is going to be a little dicey, that's for sure. So far, not the greatest situation for the daycare action. How far is up there? It's up that way. I live 100 miles north of Tacoma. How about that? Uh-oh. Austin's mom is visiting. Okay. Well, I don't know why you were here if your mom was visiting already. What are you doing? You on the internet while your mom was visiting you? That's wild. Joel G's here. What's up? What's up, buddy? What are you doing? What's going on in New Swaziland? I'd like to spend 6 months here, 6 months there, and traveling. My son can pay the bills here. It's cheap, and I'll pay the property taxes and homeowners. Actually, yeah. I mean, I think doing the snowbird thing like that would be the best. I think that would probably be the best. Jason says Wave Broadband. Wave Broadband is not available in the area that I'm moving to. So, yeah. I think Comcast is the only one available, unless it's like satellite or something like that, which is just not even, it doesn't even function at all. Let's be honest. It doesn't function at all. I mean, 5G cell phones are faster than the satellite stuff. So I might as well just get a 5G cell phone at that point, right? Because there is 5G there. So I wonder if there's like, excuse me, these allergies. This allergy season is making me clear my throat a lot. So my apologies. Let's see. Isn't there 5G internet? 5G internet speed. That's what we want to know. How fast is 5G in megabytes per second? Recent speed test intelligence data recorded in Denver pegged Verizon 5G Ultra wideband download speeds at 988 megabytes per second. Well, that's pretty fast. That's close to a gig, right? So I guess maybe we're like counting on 5G to come through at some point, you know? That might be the deal. I don't even know what my address is up there. Let's see. Oh, this is the wrong website. What is... Let's see. Verizon 5G Internet map. Here we go. Let's look. What's on my clipboard? Oh, where did my ding-dang address go? Where did the ding-dang new address go? That's the question. Travis says, or Starlink. Starlink is trash. Starlink is just garbage trash. It does not work. If it does work, the speed is so low that it's like hardly even it's not even worth it. Like at that point, I might as well just hotspot my cell phone. Let's see if 5G is up there. What? Of course, Verizon is just like psychotic about trying to get my email address. Weirdos. I don't want to give you my... Why do I have to give you my phone number? I'm going to give him Vicky's phone number. Yeah, I'm going to give him Vicky's. What's she at? Gmail? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to give him Vicky's info. Let's take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. We got to see if they got the 5G internet. Oh, my God. They have the automatic pop-up chat. Get out of here. Get out of here, automatic pop-up chat, robot. Oh, my God. Verizon LTE business internet is available. Yeah, they don't have 5G up there yet, which is a bummer. I wish they had it. They should get it. They should get it up there. Then I would get that. Because right now it's like 50 megabytes. 50 meg speed is $207, which is nuts. Because I pay $85 right now for fiber, right? So that's like a real kick in the old pants. Let's see. I think Kobe Jack says I need to I made to get a Wang jangler to bond multiple connects together like I had at my place for a while. Can also map where traffic goes. So I think the thing is, like, I think there's 3 gig service up there via Comcast, but it's like $300 or $400 a month. Which I don't know if we're gonna be able, which we'd be able to swing that. I don't know if we'd be able to do that. Let me see. Oh, hi, Vicky's here.
Oh, hi.
Your microphone's turned off.
Oh.
Are you wanting to come on now all of a sudden?
I suppose so.
I just put your information into Verizon. I thought it must have alerted you or something. Give me a mic check.
Check. Mic check.
Mic check? One more time.
Mic check. My check. Write me a check.
Okay.
Oh.
Write you a check? Okay. Well, you're just on the microphone.
Oh.
Your audio presence is available.
Oh, good. I'm not camera ready.
You're not on the camera. I don't have all those lights turned on.
I'm not camera ready.
You want to put on your makeup?
No.
Put on your makeup, lady.
No, because I plan on taking a nap.
Oh, you're going to take a nap?
Hopefully.
What's
I don't know.
You don't know how to take a nap.
You're right.
How could you plan on How could you plan on taking a nap if you never take a nap? Well, you guys know this about Vicky. She never takes a nap.
I never take a nap. It's true.
She's like, I'm so tired, I should take a nap. And then
I can plan on taking a nap, but because it always sounds like a really good idea, but then my brain's like, but what about this? Mm-hmm. And you still need to do that. And what about these other things you could get done today? Like I currently still need to fold laundry.
You took the day off.
I did. I took the day off because I'm sick. Well.
That's why I put in the title today. In the description, I was like, we're just going to take it easy today and recharge because Vicky's not feeling well. I didn't say you're not feeling well, but yeah, we're just going to recharge because you're not feeling good.
I am not feeling good.
You've been sick for days, bro. What's going on
for
now?
Over a week now.
What's going on with my lady?
I don't know.
She's not feeling good.
I don't know. I went to the doctor and they're like, could be a virus. It could be allergies. Keep doing what you're doing, and here's an inhaler and a cough suppressant.
Right, here's some
bye-bye now.
Cough medicine. Bye.
Which I don't argue with. Like, I'm Like, you know, I used to be all about like whatever's going to make me feel better right now. But now, like anymore these days, I'm like, yeah, my body knows what it's doing.
Right.
So I'm going to trust my body. But I also don't want to be miserable, you know?
Right.
So.
Which makes sense. You don't want to be miserable.
No. And I've come to realize too, like over time that like when I need to like take it easy and like recharge, like you said, like either I can choose to do it myself or my body will be like, nope, you're going to sit down now because
no, you just get sick.
I do. That's how my body handles stress.
Because you're like, oh, hey, I'm going to take it easy. And then I'm like, I thought you were taking it easy. Meanwhile, you're digging a hole in the backyard.
I have done.
You're like, look at me. I'm taking it easy right now. I'm shoveling sand into these sandbags in case there's a flood 4 years from now.
Whoa, dude,
bro.
That's a pretty bad exaggeration.
Okay. I could give a real example where you're like running around. You're cleaning the floor that was already clean. You're doing laundry. We got to go to the bank. Can we go to Costco? We got to go to Costco. We got to do this. We got to do all this stuff. You're like, I'm taking it easy right now. Hold on. I'm going to make some phone calls, and I'm going to call somebody. Let me email some.
I have news for you.
I
have news for you.
You're not doing it.
That is taking it easy for me.
That's not taking it easy. You're just doing your regular stuff. You're like, I got to go do it. It's got to get done. And I'm like, just chill. You're sick.
Yeah, no. That is, I hate to say it, dude.
Take a nap.
That is taking it easy.
You can't take a nap. You don't know how.
No, you're right. Not unless my body's like, sit down, which it does from time to time.
Does it do that?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Like right now, my body's like, sit down.
Right. Because you're like, oh, I gotta go dig a hole in the backyard.
To be clear, I'm not digging any.
We got our gutters done today, though. That worked out.
We did, and I just picked up all the garbage out of the yard.
They left a bunch of garbage.
Well, no.
Did you tip them?
I mean, no, I did not.
Yeah, because they left a bunch of garbage around.
Had I tipped them before they picked up, I'm sure they would not have left any garbage. Just saying.
Is that how that works?
Usually.
Or do they just get their tip and then
in my experience, if you're like, hey, man, you're doing a great job. Here's something so you can go get lunch today. Then they'd be like, oh, this person cares about me.
I think they were running late because their boss called.
Well, there's that also. I mean, maybe. But they did leave some garbage in the yard, but nothing super extenuating. No more than any other.
Just little bits and bobs.
Contractor person would do.
Items.
Yeah. Scootily doops and biddly bops left in the yard.
They did. They swept off the back porch, right?
They did. They swept off the back porch.
Yeah, okay.
They got a vast. I mean, they hauled off all the big pieces and stuff. Yeah, which coincidentally, I did not get our other Oakley downspout thing. I was disappointed about that. I forgot to grab that before they picked up the gutters and took off with them. I only got one of our rain collection downspout things.
Oh my God, what are we going to do now?
Probably buy another one if I need more than one rain barrel collection.
Amazon?
Amazon.com.
Oh my God.
Oh, Vicky's going to go over to Amazon.
Vicky's going to head over to old Bezos's website, Amazon.com, and get herself a Oakley rain collecting downspout wang jangler.
Yeah.
Thingamajigger.
And well, I mean, what's the difference? Because we got to get new barrels and new IBC containers anyway.
Oh my God, we got to get IBC containers and put goldfish in them?
I mean, I suppose we could, but I was just planning on collecting rainwater.
IBC containers with the goldfish in it.
And I was planning on keeping it closed top because then other animals and such don't get inside it.
Go swimming. No free swimming, raccoons, squirrels.
Frogs.
I like frogs, though.
I do too, but then I don't want little tadpoles getting stuck in the...
Should we big?
What are we bigging?
Should we big a dig? Big a dig? Should we
big a dig?
Should we dig a big pond at our new place?
I don't know that we need to dig a pond. I'm sure there is a pond.
There probably is like an actual accidental pond.
There's probably an accidental pond.
The hell is this?
I would like I would like to dig a pond, but
See,
I
I
don't.
was talking about it on the show today. I was like, I'm not really sure what we're gonna do as far as like the future stuff goes, because I was talking a little bit about like buyer's remorse, where you're like, I don't know, did we buy the right place? And
Oh
like,
yeah,
you're just
100%.
naturally like freaked out, like, but that other place had a different roof, and you're like,
Well, we've
"What-
looked
like,
at
shut
so
up,
many.
brain.
We've looked at so many houses, and granted, like I feel like we put in offers on some other places that were nicer than this one,
Right.
for sure.
But we were like
But-
blown out of the water.
Well, yeah,
Like-
I mean, but they were out of our reach, and I
Right.
think we knew that going into shopping for houses. I even remember saying, "Hey, man, like I'm starting to think that we're not going to get everything that we want at what we can do." I even said that to you, like,
Right.
what can we compromise on?
And and so what I was saying kind of earlier in the show is like like it doesn't matter what you do when this kind of big move is looming, you're gonna have all these like weird thoughts. But I was like, but one of the biggest things that we have to do is just get it done.
Yeah.
Like, because let's say we don't like this house or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
When we figure out a year from now, like, oh, we don't like it here, we want to do something. Da, da, da.
We don't know
Like-
if we're going to like our neighbors, for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
we don't know if we're gonna like the neighbors. We don't know if we're gonna really like the neighborhood, or
Yeah.
maybe there's a bald eagle that keeps like trying to scratch my eyes out or something, and we're like,
Or
we gotta
eating our
move,
chickens.
or eating the
Yeah.
chickens or whatever. Yeah, like, but as long as we get the move done, it's 100 miles from here,
Mm-hmm.
right? So as long as we get the move done, and then we can make a decision on like what our next thing is to do, right? What are you doing?
Oh, I was wondering if there was a thing if I could see the chat. Never mind.
Yeah, you'd have to like sign in, and I don't know, is that computer on? I think it's on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, my whole point is like, you just got to get the move done, and then kind of reassess what our next move is, right? Like, what are we gonna do? If we don't like it, or are we gonna build some other stuff? And I was saying we got to build a chicken coop, and we got to build some fencing, and we got to fix some stuff, and we're obviously gonna paint and make some changes or whatever. There's gonna be a whole litany of things that we're going to do. But then, like, once the move is done, and we, like, let's say a year from now, we decide, well, we want to sell this house or something else or whatever, we could at least do it from up there as opposed to doing it from down here. Because I was saying that, like, every time we went to go look at something, it was a whole entire day. Like we would drive up on a Saturday with the intention of, oh, we're going to drive up. We're going to drive up at 8 a.m. We'll get up there. We'll take a look at it, and we'll drive back down. We'll be back before 1 or 2, right? But then we'd be back at 7 p.m., right? And so it just was turning into these whole day trips and stuff like that. So it was just a big matter of going like, let's just get it done, and then we can go from there,
Yeah. Well, yeah, we definitely have things that need to happen in order for us to like be comfortable from the get-go. Like,
Right.
Biddy has to have a enclosed place to go outside and go potty on her own.
Mm-hmm.
I have my concerns about that because she's 14 now and has an issue with going potty on the carpet when the dog door is not open. And we've got all brand new carpet in the house and no dog door and no fence. And Biddy will just wander off or get eaten by an eagle. I don't know if they
Eaten
could
by an
lift our
eagle.
30-pound dog, but
She's a 30-pound wiener dog, man. She won't be get attacked by no.
but she'd probably just go, okay, and let the eagle carry her off, like Biddy's non-combative.
Yeah.
So
Kobe from Aquarium Coop.
mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. From aquariumcoop.com.
.com.
Your new place looks cool and closer to me, so win-win for me.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. It's actually much closer to Kobe's house. I think it's like probably 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes or something like that to drive over.
Yeah, and 15 minutes from some family that we like hanging out with.
10, 15 minutes from a bunch of my family.
Yeah.
I think Vic did your cousins move back up north? I think
No.
they did, or are they down here? Or it's
I'm-
confusing. Never mind.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know where they've landed, but most of my family is down this way.
Right.
And my family's kind of weird about this move,
Are they?
yeah, my aunt Jo, who's going back up to Alaska like next week, is like, I don't know if I'll ever see you again because I live in Arlington now. I'm like, will we never see each other again? That's weird. But and then my Aunt Maggie was like, oh, that's far away. It's like, yeah, but you live 10 minutes from the 5 acres. Like, are we never gonna see each other? It was just a weird reaction.
It's a weird vibe that I get from kind of everybody, though. Like, I think it's something that's it's not necessarily distinct to Western Washington, but, like, it's certainly a part of living in Western Washington that
Even my
the
friend,
city is in the middle.
yeah,
Like, Seattle is a traffic jam, and it is in the middle.
yeah. Some
And
of
so
my
it's
friends
like-
were like,
People are just like, I'm
Oh,
not going to ever drive
don't move
up.
up there. I'm like, it's too late. We already had our offer accepted.
Right.
Like, and full disclosure, none of these people visit me now.
Yeah, they don't visit now. Like, ain't nobody
So,
coming over. I
yeah,
mean,
nobody's coming
we
over
do
to
have
our
friends
house.
that come over, so that's very.
Yeah, we're not saying nobody comes over.
I'm not
to
saying
visit.
nobody comes over, but it's like, people are like, oh, don't move away, and it's like, dude, I haven't seen you in 9 months. Like,
Yeah,
what's the problem?
yeah.
Like, you come over once a year, suddenly that's like an issue or something. Like,
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
could still come over once a year.
Yeah.
Like I had some of my best friends moved to Salt Lake City
Yeah.
a few years back,
Which I still want to go see them in Salt Lake City.
which sucks. I mean, it sucks for me because I want to hang out with them, but also at the same time, I was like, well, cool, man. You guys are going on like cool adventure to move to Salt Lake City, and they've loved it down there. But like I didn't say like don't move. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like don't move
I don't-
away.
yeah. Well, I mean, admittedly, I've been like that too to some of my friends. Like, oh, like I didn't want our friends to move to Salt Lake City because I like hanging out with those two. But you
Yeah.
know,
What are you gonna do?
I'm sad that they're farther
they're in
away.
their 40s and they
But
don't have
then-
any kids. So
but
it's
then I
like weird
also
now.
was like, but then
Like,
I
we
also
had a
was
kid.
like,
We have Olivia, and so now it's like it's weird for people like them because they're like the millennial couple or what Gen X couple that like, well, we're not gonna have any kids. We just have some dogs and cats and stuff. And you're like, okay. And so they're like, not to point the finger at anybody specific because I'm really not, but like I don't know if other people have experienced this, but you have like an older couple who decides to not have kids, and then they don't ever want to hang out because they don't have kids. It's like a specific group of people. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, and even some of my friends.
Like, I have
even
older-
some of
I
my
have
good
older-
friends were like,
Like I have older couple friends that are like, "Oh, dude, I'll come hang out with your kid. That's badass." Like, but I
Well, yeah,
also have
some-
the other friends that are like, "Well, I don't know. You have a kid, and I say lots of f-bombs, and you're like,
Well-
then just don't for a while. There's a kid around."
well, I don't think that I don't know. Like, I had a mix of my friends that were like, I think you either like kids or you don't. Like you either,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I just think that that's it. Like, sometimes people decide not to have kids, but that doesn't mean that they don't like being around kids. There's lots of people who decide not to have kids that are like, yeah, let me borrow your kid for a little while so I can go have some fun.
Right.
Like there's people like that, but I also had friends that were like, I mean, even one of my close friends was like, I have no desire to hold the baby, so don't ask me if I want to hold the baby.
Right.
Like, I'm not a baby person, which is totally fine. Like, she's totally a toddler person, but she just wasn't a newborn person. Like,
Right.
don't hand me your little grub. I don't do grubs, but I do toddlers. So, I don't know. I don't know, and I've heard too, like people just, even parents have like their favorite stage of childhood. Like some people are like, oh, I love the newborns. And other people are like, I love the toddlers. I think I'm a toddler person.
I don't know. I'm an Olivia person.
Well, I mean, I'm absolutely an Olivia person, but like if I had to choose my favorite stage,
Right.
like I love this one. She's becoming more independent and like her wonder and take on the world is really starting to be apparent. You know, she's got her sense of humor, and she's even has sarcasm, and you know, like she like the song that she was singing you this morning with.
Well, yeah.
You know, like her little.
I was singing the ABCs and booty keeps showing up in it. I don't know why. And I'm like, it seems funny to me. So
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
yeah.
Well, anyway.
Travis Wilson says, I have 3 kids and still don't like holding other people's babies.
True story.
That's true.
Like
They're super fragile, right? You know?
fragile.
Fragile.
Yes.
We must be Italian. Hey, fragile.
Yeah. So back to the house.
If you guys didn't hit the like button, quit being so freaking lazy. You don't have to become a member, even though you probably should. You probably should become a member because we need to pay for super expensive internet, apparently, because it's going to be like $300 to move. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy town. So become a member, of course. But don't be lazy. You can hit the freaking like button. That's free.
It's free.
Or you could super chat like Dennis did. Big D Smoke.
We like Big D Smoke.
We do.
Big D?
We like to hang out with Dennis.
Yep. We need to do Donut Day again.
We do need to do Donut Day again.
We do. Because we won't be having any legendary close to our lives.
We're doing Donut Day right now.
I know, right? Donut Day. Oh, we got so much left to do. Anybody gonna pitch in and helping us pack and move? We'll have Donut Day / pack and move day.
Well,
I will buy donuts for manual labor.
while we still do have like a lot of packing to do and stuff, like
Yeah.
I feel like we're on the downhill because we already organized a bunch of stuff. We got rid of like all the yard crap and all the kind of accumulated stuff.
We haven't gone through the shed yet.
We haven't gone through the shed, but the shed's gonna be super easy. Like any stuff that we don't want to keep, we can just put out for free. Like people will come get it.
We have the most amazing buy nothing group here.
There's no cutoffs or like junk in the shed. It's just stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, if somebody wants a free shovel, they'll walk over and get a free shovel and then leave. You know, you don't have to take it to the dump.
I hate to add something to your to-do list, but I do still need the door fixed on the garden bench that is staying. The door is falling off and it looks
janky.
Yeah, it's falling off because the door needs to have like a 1/4 inch shaved off so it actually opens and closes, and that one board broke.
You got it. You got it, babe. Don't worry about it.
My beautiful garden bench with a beautiful.
Did I tell you I pre-ordered the finish nailer from DeWalt? I'm very excited about this.
What kind of fence are we putting up at our new place?
We don't know yet.
I'd like to do hog wire because I think it'd be cool to like just.
We have to find out because our appraisal was going down today.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully our appraisal goes through well, and then we could probably. I think we're allowed to go up and visit, right? Like, we just have to coordinate with Marcus to be there.
Well,
right?
We want to go for the inspection.
Right.
And I think it would behoove us to do both the septic and the general inspection.
Well, we're definitely doing the septic. Yeah, we have to do the septic inspection.
I think the general inspection, too, would give us peace of mind.
Yeah, or a list.
Yeah.
You know, the checklist of things to deal with, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, oh, by the way, like the housing market here is so insane. You either have to get an inspection done on every house that you go look at, which by the way is like $500 every time you do it, or you have to just waive inspection. So which we had to do ultimately. There just wasn't enough time.
I equate the home buying experience in Washington State right now to like the worst dating experience that you could think of. Like it's like speed dating and you wave all the red flags and then you're like, here's all my money. Let's get into a long-term relationship.
Oh, and then you're pregnant.
I've met you for 20 minutes. Let me wave all the red flags and here's all my money. And now we're committed to a 30-year.
And you're pregnant.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't find out the pregnant stuff until after.
No. Like
after the inspection.
Right, but you don't even. Well, here's the thing: you don't even get to have sex. You just are suddenly pregnant, and you're like, "Oh, we're having a baby now." I was on a speed dating thing, and Now I'm what?
Yes. It's
That's
bad.
pretty much how it goes, because you're like, a 30-year mortgage where we got to have to get the finance, and then we got to take all of our savings and put it on the down payment, and then we got to do the closing costs, and then we got to, you know.
And just ignore these red flags over here.
Yeah, don't worry about any of this
No
stuff.
inspection.
Don't worry about that stuff.
Oh, yeah. In order to get in, you're going to have to waive your financing, which, by the way, waives all your protection. So,
Waives all of our protections unless the sellers somehow F it up.
right. Yep.
Yep. Oh, my God, we got Super Chats. Do you want to talk about them?
Ooh.
Do you want to talk about Super Chats?
I want to thank Aubrey for the super chat. Oh, thank you, Aubrey. She gave us some dollars for Donut Day.
That's not a she.
Oh.
Aubrey's a dude.
Aubrey's a dude. My apologies. That was my fault.
Aubrey's a he, him. Those are his pronouns.
Oh, he, him?
He, him.
My apologies,
Yeah.
Aubrey. My apologies.
We
I
play
didn't know.
Minecraft together.
Minecraft.
Yeah. And we talk about fish and Minecrafting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my apologies. That was my terrible assumption on my part. And then I see Reaver.
Mm-hmm.
Reaver.
Here's a little for the internet.
Cash money. Nice.
What happens if it's yellow? What does that mean?
If it's yellow,
Does that mean it's Canadian?
is it Canadian dollars?
It might be Canadian dollars. Hey,
Well-
dudes. Appreciate it very much. I appreciate it, guys.
For sure.
The thing is, like, with the internet, like, I'm just gonna have to figure out, like, what to do, and sort of, like, what's the best option. Because, like I said, I don't know how much our usage is here. And if they're gonna put, like, a data cap on what we're able to do, we could run into a serious problem. Because if you guys are in my age range, you will remember when cell phones had a data cap on them and you went over and you suddenly got like a $700 bill in the mail.
Well, that wasn't the conversation that I had with the dude at Xfinity when I talked to him previously.
They charge you
Because there's also a business account.
they charge you $10 for every 50 gigabytes you go over. So if, like, let's say
just
you're
be clear that Corvus is the only one that goes over.
what?
You've
Do you not live stream every day, 5 days a week for work? Yeah.
But
But
I'm the one who pays the cell phone bill, so I know what you use on your phone.
I'm not talking about cell phone. I'm talking
Well,
about
yeah.
internet. And what I said is I don't know how much our internet usage is because I don't track it.
Okay,
Like, I have no clue
I hit the microphone.
what we
Sorry.
use. That's fine. What I'm saying is I have no clue how much we use because we don't track it at all.
It's not tracked on the
No, we don't have a cap. We have CenturyLink, who actually just
and they don't have a dashboard for
they
that.
just provide
regardless
internet. Like, they're not d-bags about it, you know. They're not being douches like
Well,
Comcast is. And if we sign up for the business line, it's $300 a month
yeah.
versus the $85 we pay now. That's unlimited gig service. So I'm just like,
I don't.
right?
Yeah.
Which we might have to get the business line. We may have to. I don't know.
Well,
saying that the
my
big-
work will compensate some money towards it.
Right.
$40.
So what I was saying is, it's like, I don't know how much internet we use. Right.
I'm
So-
shocked that they don't have a dashboard still that shows you what your usage is, because cell phone companies do it. Why wouldn't
Right.
an
We're
internet?
not wireless. And why an internet would monitor how much internet you're using is weird. Like, that's weird vibes, bro. Like,
They monitor your upload and your download speeds.
well, they provide upload and download speeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Coming
Yeah.
from a company that gathers data on everything, regardless of whether or not it may be useful or not, is like, why would you not know what your customers are utilizing? That's a customer. It's a benefit to be like, well, here's your daily usage. That would be a satisfier, customer satisfier.
I don't know. Well, because all of the TV we watch is over the internet, other than like the morning news or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You broadcast via your computer for work.
Mm-hmm.
I do that also.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but I don't know how much we use because CenturyLink is just like, yeah, just use as much as you need. Which seems like a service that is actually providing the service where it's like, yeah, just use as much internet as you need
I don't
to
know.
use. Yeah.
I'll have to get on and figure out from the Xfinity like what's.
Oh, I
going
know.
on with
I was saying I was looking at it earlier, right? So I was explaining to the people on here that I was looking at it earlier, and I'm like, I still don't know. And they were coming up with some ideas of like what could be there or not. It's like, oh, use the satellite one. Well, the satellite one sucks. It doesn't work.
We can't use that because
So then
most
I was
of
looking at 5G, but 5G is not available up in our area, the area that we're moving to.
them.
LTE is, but it's still slow. So it's like, oh, so I guess we're kind of hoping for 5G because it seems doubtful that any other company is going to run something down that road, down the mystery road that we live on, right? But it seems like Comcast is there, but their lower tier internet service is capped at 1 terabyte a month. It's like 1.2 terabytes a month that they're like, and then they start charging you more.
Whatever it is, wave cable.
Yeah, wave.
Ziply.
Yeah, they're
Ziply?
not. Yeah, they're not there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that's one of the things we're worried about. Color Guppy says cell was like 35 plus cents a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got 33 minutes a month. Remember that?
I do remember
They
that.
give you a little taste, taste of free cell
Singular
phone.
wireless.
Yeah.
Got more than my whole paycheck on a number of different occasions due to that 35 cents a minute.
Big D Smoke says, yeah, I learned that one with the first year they had Madden online for the PlayStation 2. I left it on overnight when I fell asleep and got a $789 bill.
I believe it.
$9 bill.
I believe it. Been there. Woot,
Just
woot.
crazy. Yeah, Travis Wilson says, just checked my Xfinity out of curiosity, and it tells me how much I used. 809 gigabytes last month. I'd assume you use more with YouTube streaming. Yep. So last month, Travis used 809 gigs through Xfinity. Lockdown Live Bears says it's only 25 more for unlimited. I was looking at it, and they said that you could raise your cap by $10 for 50 gigabytes. But maybe I got to call them and see if there's Lockdown has Xfinity in Lake Stevens.
Ooh. He's in the know.
All right. So maybe maybe I'll bug him and see if you could just do the 1 gig
25 for,
and then
for
do $25
unlimited.
and then an extra $25. That might be cool. That might work.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like a good deal when I called him the first time, and the guy went over all the options for me. And I told
Lockdown Live Bears is in Lake Stevens, so they'll have to email me their address. I'll drive over to their house and be weird in their bushes. I'll be there with my camera.
That's a service we provide, by the way.
I'll be there with my camera. I'll come popping out of the bushes.
That's a service we provide, by
hey,
the way.
what are you doing over there?
It's the Corvus
In the
paparazzi
bushes?
service.
Pooperuzzi?
The pooperuzzi.
Ooh,
He'll
I got
jump
my,
out of your bushes with the camera and yell, "Booty!" and then
Run away.
take a picture and run away. It's a service we provide.
That sounds like that's going to cost a lot. That's all I'm saying. If I got to yell booty and run away.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
Well, and if you get them real good, depending upon, like some people, when you scare them, their legs just go weak. Other people get punchy. So.
What would you classify yourself as?
I'm a punchy.
Oh.
I went to, what is the name of that? There's in Bonnie Lake area, there is a farm that does like one of those Halloween corn mazes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a pretty good one. And I went there one year with some friends to go to the haunted corn maze, and some poor lady dressed as a clown almost got punched in the face.
Did you punch a clown lady?
I almost did.
You missed.
No.
So you're inaccurate. That's the problem?
I didn't. I didn't miss. I stopped myself before contact happened.
I figured it was one of two options. Either you missed or she dodged.
No.
No?
I
She
st-
didn't dip, dive, duck, or dodge?
She was getting ready to get clocked in
didn't-
the bean.
She didn't dodge, duck, dip, dive, or dodge?
No. You already said dodge. No.
There's 2 dodges in there. It's the 5 Ds, remember? If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Why do I feel like that's a movie quote?
It is a movie quote. It literally is.
Is that from Dodgeball?
It's from Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Ah!
Corvus, bush, creeping, body shouting service.
Booty.
Oh, booty shouting service.
That's right.
Sorry.
It's the CBCBSS.
CBCBSS?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's normal.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my god, one of my favorite YouTubers just went live. I got a notification because I have my notifications turned on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite YouTuber?
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah?
Yep. I'm not going to say who it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because people get super biased. If you say you really like somebody, then they get mad. And they throw their
Travis is laughing. Clocked in the bean.
clocked in the bean.
Yep.
That's right. She almost got clocked in the bean, but that's kind of what you would get if you dress up like a clown. You should be expecting it.
Well, you dress up like a clown and you're jumping out of the bushes at people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get clocked in the bean.
You better have some expectation that somebody's going to try and whoop you upside the head. Remember that song?
Do you remember
Upside your head.
there was it was trending that people would do creepy clown stuff. I don't know if people are still doing this.
Out in the woods?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were doing that for a little while, and then I think somebody got shot. I think one of the clown guys got shot or something like that. Or harmed.
Yeah. I would, I'm not one to, I mean,
Okay, if you've ever seen the movie It or read the book.
Or both.
Or simultaneously done both.
Or done both and watch both movies.
Or both.
Or you just all.
Or, yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
John Wayne Gacy, right? Creepy clowns.
Yeah.
These all exist.
Yeah.
And so,
It's not
people
a
think
good
they're
vibe.
having a gas. They're having a good time. They're going to do some jokes. They're going to do some pranks. And then it's not a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea.
People are full of bad ideas. That's kind of
yeah,
the thing. People are full of good ideas also, though. Okay?
Poking badgers with spoons.
Okay, yeah. People
That's the
invented
equivalent.
donuts, though, also.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Remember donuts?
And cronuts.
Remember how we were talking about donuts and cronuts earlier?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, ice creams.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream's not naturally occurring.
No.
It doesn't just flow out of the ground. Regardless of how many of these weird cartoons we watch because of our daughter that insinuate that ice cream just grows on trees, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
What show was that where there was ice creams on the trees?
I don't know.
What was the show we were watching this morning? True?
Yes.
TRU?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She gets wishes.
Yep.
And
She's from the Rainbow Kingdom.
she's from the Rainbow Kingdom, and the volcano. Why is there a volcano in every kids show?
I don't.
Our daughter's paranoid that volcanoes are going to get her.
I wouldn't say that she's a little volcano obsessed, but
She's pretty obsessed with
I wouldn't-
volcanoes.
Yeah, I don't know that. Well, there's the Ring of Fire from Octonauts, which is when it all started.
That's when it began. Yeah,
Yes.
that
Yep.
was the beginning.
Yeah, and then there's the Mount Hufflepuff in True.
Yeah, there's a little.
And that's-
He's sad, or is he happy or something?
Well, he gets injured and then he cries lava.
He cries lava.
Yeah,
That's normal.
sad, poor sad volcano.
Sad volcano.
Yeah.
And then there's the volcano song. What's the
lava,
lava?
which is a cute little short. Yeah,
What's it? 'Cause I love you.
yeah, that's a little short.
Why
song.
did the one volcano get so sad that he fell down into the water?
So he dreams of having someone in his life,
Right.
and over time, he kind of settles down into the
He's shrinking
bed of the
because he
earth.
doesn't have any red hot magma shooting
Right.
out of his body.
Yeah, he's a shrinking volcano.
Right.
And then the other volcano finally shoots up out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then he cries so much that because he's up to his eyeballs in water.
Mm-hmm.
and then she doesn't see him.
Right.
And he gets sad because she can't see him, and he cries, and then he cries so much that the ocean fills up over his head. But then she sings his song that she's been listening to from under the water for so long.
Oh my God, these mountains are romantic.
Hella romantic.
Hella. Extraordinarily.
Yes.
Hellaciously.
Hellaciously.
I'm gonna be firing dodgeballs from the bushes. Pff, you know it. Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Firing donuts from the bushes. Oh no, dodgeballs.
Well, Coldwater Aquatics Brandon just went live. He's cool. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is.
Interesting.
I have no clue who that is.
Bush booty.
The bush booty.
The bush booty.
It's all good. It's been happening my whole life and stopped caring a long time ago. Oh, Aubrey. Yeah. Yeah. He says it's been happening my whole life. It doesn't matter.
What, jumping?
I thought
people
Aubrey
jumping out of the bushes yelling booty at you?
No, they thought Aubrey was a girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Which I thought Aubrey was a girl for a long time, and then we voice chatted, and I was like, "Oh, Aubrey's a guy," and then I was like, "I'm an idiot," and he's like, "Well, you're not dumb, but I'm also not saying you aren't an idiot." Ha ha! And I was like, "Yeah, you're right," but then I knew. Then I
Yeah.
knew. It was like, "Oh, all right,
Yeah.
you dig."
Yeah.
Maybe Mark Cuban can help you out with your internet needs. I think Mark Cuban's probably like one of the few billionaires that I would be happy to do something with.
Collab.
He seems very dude, you know? He seems like a very much just like a guy that happened to get rich and didn't lose his mind. Lockdown says my German shredder will enjoy your visit. If you think I can't outrun a dog, well, do I have to go over the 5 Ds again? Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge?
Can you still outrun a dog?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm like a gazelle, boy.
Well, I'm not a boy, but I don't think I can outrun a dog. Not now. Maybe when I was younger. But
Maybe
not now.
when you were younger.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that I was ever fast on my feet in terms of running. I'm a long torso person, not to be confused with a person with long legs. These are two different things.
Are you long torso?
I have a long torso.
You're pretty tall for a lady.
That's why I have back problems,
You have
though.
long legs.
They're all right. I think my torso is longer than average, which is why I have low back problems.
I don't think that's true. What? We got to get a measuring stick. Do you think you have short legs?
I don't think I have short legs,
Okay.
but my torso is longer than average for sure. Like, I don't fit into a one-piece bathing suit.
No?
No.
We'll test this theory.
My dad didn't like it because when I took swimming lessons at 8 years old, he had to buy me a two-piece because I could not fit comfortably in a single-piece bathing suit. Being a single father, that was an extreme pain point.
An extreme pain point?
Yes.
Became impained.
Yes.
Yeah.
Extremely unhappy.
Well, you know. Yeah. Well, hey guys, it's been a little while, and that's a live stream, isn't it? Or do you have something you wanted to talk about?
No, I thought I'd come down and visit because you were like, you can come and visit on the live stream if you want.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
thought,
Alyssa's not here because her cat's sick.
oh,
So she had to go to the vet
Oh.
with her cat, and there was no other day. As you know, it's not easy to get into the vet.
it is not easy to get into the vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pandemic did not help
No,
any of that.
none of that.
Mm-mm.
No.
So, no Alyssa today. Or I think she said she might try to do a Monday show with us or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
How are you guys going to handle doing the show when we live in Arlington? Are you going to bring her on video, like You gonna do it remotely?
We don't know. We'll figure it out. We don't know. Since you like Cuban, what are your thoughts about Haim Saban? Spent a day in his mansion. Seemed like a cool dude. I don't know who that is. Haim Saban? I don't know who this is. Let's find out. Media proprietor. Haim Saban is an Israeli-American media proprietor, investor, and producer of records, film, and television. I don't know. I've never looked into this guy. He's worth $2.8 billion. Oh my God. He's rich. He's rich, folks. I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy. So, no opinion. I got no opinion. What did I have open over here? I forget now.
I don't know. You have
I had chat open.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was
like,
you have so many things open.
Yeah, I have things open on my computer. That's what a computer's for. Computing.
I never have that many windows open, nor do I save things to my desktop.
No, you're special. Are you a winner?
Wow.
What?
Well, you picked me.
Well, you're giving me a hard time
What's that
because
say about you?
Do I have too many things open on my computer?
Wow, he took offense to that.
I did. I'm offended.
I just don't feel like it's I don't know. Maybe I just don't feel like it's helpful for me to have so many windows open. Like I like to focus on what I'm focusing on and not
Oh?
Then I don't have to go, what did I have open?
I opened the search window about this guy,
Yeah, I saw that.
right? And
Yeah.
watch this. So it closes the chat.
Yeah, I
Right.
saw. Yes.
And I was like, wait, what did I have open over here? But I have the player is open. The encoder is open over here. See?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, wait, it can't be the encoder.
I have
That's
a
what I had
question for
open
you
was
here.
the chat.
Yes.
What?
So there's a little Corvus icon, right? You have a little Corvus. What are they called? Are they like little badges or something? How do you get the little thing next to your name?
What do you mean?
And then there's the little Ollie Bear caricature.
What, the little badges here?
Yeah.
Like next to people's names?
Yeah.
Like Furry Pal Grover is green and has a Mr. Chips badge.
Right. What else you got there? You got an Ollie Bear badge?
There's a Olivia badge.
Uh-huh.
There's a Bob Dobbs badge. There's a badge where... What's the other badge? There's one of me. There's one of... yeah, I don't know. So it's how long you've been a member on the YouTube channel.
So how long
If you've been a member, you upgrade
There's one of you,
in your badge.
right?
Uh-huh.
What level is that?
Chris Salazar is that solid... He's a Solid Snake right now. From Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. So where's the Vicki Toria one?
There isn't a Victoria one. What do you mean, huh? Do you want me to promote you as a badge? You want...
You guys, I don't know, what do you think? I don't get a badge. I don't get a badge. I don't need no stinking badges.
I could make you into a badge. I don't know. Never occurred to me to be like, oh, I better promote Vicki so that people know who she is real good.
People
Yeah.
for some reason follow my YouTube channel anyway. I've only ever done the one video.
Yeah, you only ever did the one video. And then you figured out, like...
Video editing is hard.
You found out, like, it's really hard to produce a bunch of content, right?
Yeah.
So it's a bit troubling, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, that actually is a lot of work. That is a lot of work, right?
It is.
And then you were like, I don't know if I want to do that work.
Well, you were also trying to get me to be your video editor.
I wasn't trying to get you to be my video editor.
You'd ask
You
me
wanted
if...
you wanted to learn how to do it
Well, yeah.
because you wanted to make videos about stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
I did. And you were like,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool if you were editing videos for me. And I was like, yeah, that would be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it seemed like you were interested in doing something, and then you learned about doing it a little bit, and then you were like, I don't like that now.
Well, it took a long time, and
It
it's not
does.
like so for you who have experience with the video editing programs and such, I'm sure it would take me less time if I could sit and do video editing like you do, where you're like just hitting the space bar and whatever buttons do the things. Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely do it faster, but it's like it's a long process regardless, right? Like there's really no, because you're building a story around the thing that you want to make, and then you got to cut out a bunch of crap that you don't want to be in there, and then you got to figure out like what music goes here, right? And then you got to like put the music in, but then the music's too loud, so then you got to go in and mix the music down so it's quieter, even though sometimes you forget to do that, and then the music's too loud, and then you get 900 comments from people that the music was too loud, and they hate you now because they had to listen to music while words were happening or people were speaking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, the internet has no patience.
It's weird because like most people on the internet are just consuming for free, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just I'm just consuming all this stuff. I'm just getting it, and I'm getting it for free. And it's sort of like it's sort of created a weird world as far as like content goes, that like it's accessible to a lot more people to make it, which is great. I think that that's fantastic. But it's also like sort of bred this conception of like you just get lots of stuff for free.
Yeah, there's definitely a culture of those people.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because I was actually talking about this a little while ago with when Alyssa was on, because I was like, yeah, I haven't made any. Well, I've filmed and like cut down a bunch of content for this channel for the fish tank stuff. But I got a bunch of things that were like, they just weren't. I didn't like them, and they weren't very good. And I sort of got more discerning about like what it is that I was putting out there, and it was just like, you know what?
I was along for that journey.
To anybody that's listening right now, Vicki wants me to hurry up and not explain what's going on.
No,
Right.
I know. I'm just reminding
Right.
you that like I was with you for that journey. Like I remember.
Yeah. And so then I don't know. I lost my train of thought now. I don't know. I was gonna like wrap it into a thing that I was telling you.
You got
about.
more just
I was gonna wrap
discerning
it
about
into
your
a thing.
content.
Yeah, and then so I was making other content, and just kind of making things and sort of just getting better at trying to make things and whatnot, which is great. And you know, it's sort of like a fun process to go like, all right, I can make a thing, and then it doesn't need to be anything, right? No one ever actually even has to see it. Like it doesn't even need to be seen by anybody. It's kind of an interesting process, and whoa, she coughing. Should probably. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm all right.
All right.
I bonked my elbow.
Did you bonk your elbow?
I did
That's
bonk
what
my
I was
elbow.
like, are you all right? So it's like we were, what's the word? What were we talking about? Because we were trying to figure out like, so the pandemic happened, and it was like kind of an opportunity where a lot of the funding went away for the time to work on projects. And then I started working more with other projects that people needed done to get money, right? And then now I think it's probably like kind of at that point where you go, all right, I think now I'm starting to get some content for the channel. And then now, of course, we're doing this big move, so I'm pretty much going to be filming all this stuff around us moving and everything. But yeah, there's like just so many outside stressors that you're like, I don't even really know how to like accomplish this task other than sort of like what I'm doing right now is like engaging with the people that are following the channel. And I realized that like when I was talking with Alyssa was that like a lot of people like watching the channel because they actually like listening to my live stream, which I never really thought that would be the case. Like I never really thought like anybody actually listened to my live stream because they really like were interested in listening to it. And I think now like most of the people that follow my channel are people that are like, yeah, I like listening to this weird live stream thing for a couple hours, a couple times a week, which I was just thought was kind of weird. I don't know.
Well, your journey on this channel has been interesting.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, and you were going long before what your channel was what, 5 years old, 7 years old when we got
I don't know.
together.
I mean, I think I started this in like 2008 or something like that. But then I think my first upload was like 2010 as far as fish stuff goes, because I deleted all the weird nonsense I had up before, like things catching on fire and car crashes and stuff. Right.
Well, you.
So I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you still consider yourself like a hobbyist channel?
Yeah, because this specific channel is pretty much does revolve around the hobby, like realistically, like that's the niche.
Yeah.
You know, like if there's a formula like to growing a fish tank channel, the formula is either making fun of other people's fish tanks.
There's
or
definitely different.
It's like A, making fun of other people's fish tanks and their content. B, setting up a brand new tank like every day or whatever and filming it.
Well,
and
you're definitely going to have
making
availability for that content coming soon.
Well, maybe. No, because you can't just set up these like endless tanks. The next thing you know, you have 80 tanks to take care of.
Well, no, but you're going to have an opportunity to like go through setting up your tanks at the new house.
Oh, definitely. But
and
like
breaking them down.
But like if there was a formula for a fish tank channel, it's like setting up a fish tank every week, just forever, and like going through the process. And these are the plants I put in, and I had to go to the store, and then I figured out that I wanted chili rasboras for this tank, so now this is the chili rasbora tank. Right? And it's just there's that formula, or there's the sort of like super intricate like breakdown of a fish channel. Like there's a few formulas that are sort of obviously like that you could go down. Like the setting up a tank every week thing. Like I potentially could do that. I could set up a tank and break it down every week, basically. But I like my tanks to mature. Like I want them to be set up for a long time and then like work on them as they grow. Sort of the gardening aspect, which doesn't necessarily like correlate to like people's interests. It doesn't really like pique people's interests. Like I have enough data around like whether or not that is interesting to people. Like I think it's interesting to some people, but it's not that over the top get a whole bunch of subscribers type video.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of one of those weird things that like there are formulas that are sort of known, but the unfortunate part is like I'm not super entranced by those formulas. Realistically, like the stuff that I want to do is I want to document other people's projects. I want to document stuff around the world, and I want to document like making and maintaining my systems. So I think those like three things together is sort of a working formula where you don't necessarily stagnate to the point of just constantly maintaining the same thing over and over again, and then just putting out a video where it's like, I had to trim my Anubias. It was growing too big, which gets really boring for people realistically, you know. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This move is kind of a big deal. We're gonna have like a lot of stuff to do, and I'm pretty excited by it. Like our new property in the mystery place that we're moving to is
Mysteryland.
it's up north. It has a bunch of trees, which is
And huckleberry bushes, which I'm super stoked about.
huckleberry bushes, trees, grass.
I can make huckleberry jam, but nobody eats the jam I make right now anyway. So
I mean, trees can be an issue on a property, but we currently live on a piece of property that, like, our neighbor has a tree.
it's no good for our gutters, by the way.
True. True.
Super stoked about our new gutters here. And that we have a gutter
Let's
filter.
move.
Yeah. It's so weird that your house isn't done until you're ready to sell it or move away.
Mm-hmm. It is weird.
I love this house. I wish we could move it up north.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, scoot over. We're having our house moved. Right next door.
Kobe, scoot over. Yeah, so as you guys know, there's not a whole lot of people watching today. I didn't promote this live stream very much, so we have our close-knit group here today. We chill.
Yeah.
We chill on a Friday, bros.
Happy April Fools, by the way.
Happy April Fools. Happy April Fools. We're not moving. We're not anything. I don't know. So as you guys know, if we hit the what's our goal? 500 500, a combination of 500 patrons and members, right? We get the moist tattoo.
You're getting a moist tattoo?
Yeah, if we get a combination
Don't
of
say we.
500. We, the royal we, me and God and I.
Oh, okay.
We chilling.
The royal we. I was like, wait a minute.
Chillaxing. And somebody asked me the other day, they go, what if I sign up? What if I sign up at the $100 level? And I said, well, that counts as 20. Because that's how it works. Because $5 is the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody does the 100, that's 20 members, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, the moist tattoo is still on the table. I don't know where my moist tattoo ticker went. I had a ticker tape that was keeping track where we were adding them up. But if we add 140 to 77, what do we get?
Oh, my God. You know that I'm...
217.
There you
So
go.
we're at 217. So we're not even halfway there. But we hopefully will get there, and then I can get Jeffrey to tattoo moist on me.
We should go see Jeffrey for a peanut pie tattoo. Not specifically a peanut pie. An Olivia tattoo.
Oh,
is
an
what I mean.
Olivia tattoo.
Not specifically a peanut pie. That's what I call her, is peanut pie. But
We have lots of nicknames for our daughter.
yes,
The Juice, as it were.
the juice,
The OJ.
the peanut pie,
The OJ.
the Ollie bear.
We should just call her Simpson. OJ.
No. No.
Anyhow, hopefully everybody has a fantastic weekend. I will most likely be back on Monday.
Word.
Word, bro.
Word.
Yeah, and everybody hit the like button because that's free. You know what I mean. So
Yeah.
let's.
Thanks for letting me hang out.
Hey, thanks for coming out. Yeah, you have the day off, so you might as well.
Yeah.
Vacation day
Yep.
or a PTO day, sick day,
It's PTO, sick day, same thing.
same thing,
All comes out of the same pot.
same pot.
Paid time off.
PTO. Look at you, fancy pants.
I don't know that I'm fancy.
Fancy, fancy.
I don't know
fancy
that I'm
pants.
fancy.